Alright, welcome back. So today what we're going to do is we're going to get the object to shoot at us, and what we're going to also do is get the health bar on a GUI so we can see it, and then update alongside our shots. So we're going to be changing just two scripts. One's going to be the Hud Maker and the other one's going to be the shooter AI. I'm just going to split it up so you can see it. The main thing we did was we added asset link node bullet prefab, and we connected the bullet to it. Then we have a current time. No wait, that was always there. And that was it for shooter AI. We're also going to add one more thing, and that's going to be not for shooter AI. We'll go with that. Alright, so we got that there. And then for the HUD Maker, the HUD itself, we added a current health, and then we added node main character, which we're going to link the health bar to. And then the next thing we added was a health image. So if you want to see it in our enemy, we added the bullet prefab, so it's going to be shooting that bullet. And for the GUI, we added the main character, which is our dude, and a health image, which is just a picture of a heart that I found online, and I'm just going to use it for education purposes. And alright, let's get started on this stuff. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is actually the shooting, and it's going to be very simple. We're just going to be in our void shoot right here, and we can go into our gun handler itself. And if we go inside here, we have the shoot function. We can just copy and paste this amount of line. So we're just going to copy this line, and we're going to paste it right here. So now you're going to see a few differences. So we're going to do, for instead of gun, I'm going to do node. Instead of world look at, we're going to do node dot get child 0 dot world position plus node dot get child 0 dot world direction, the world direction being axis Y, which is forward. So in our enemy we have two things. We have one, the object itself, and the eyes. So we're referencing the eyes, and it's going to be shooting out from the eyes. So if we go inside here, we got the eyes, and they're looking forward relative to where the guy is aiming. So it's going to be shooting straight forward. Next, we can change this to just a regular number, 1. And then after that, we can just add it, and we can lower the number from 100 to like 50 or something. So that's it for shoot. The next thing we could do is actually that distance between us. If it's 10 and we have shooting it at 50, it's too fast. We can increase that speed to like 20 distance, right? And then the next thing we can do is our viewing distance, right? We made it at 15. Let's make it at 30, right? So you can see you from far. Okay, so that does it for shooting. If we play it right now, it's going to shoot at us. Instead of just saying shoot, we're just going to be doing the shooting, and it's going to do the same thing. And then the bullet has its own code where if he shoots, where if you get hit, you lose health, right? So that's done. And for that, we need to put health bar inside our main character. I already put it, and I gave it like 50 health. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually the GUI. Let me just delete all this since it's not using it. So the first thing we're going to do is actually mute the text. I don't need it. We're going to keep the canvas. So this is going to be where the health bar is going to sit on. And it's going to give us a little bit of what do we call space to like think about it. All right. The next thing we're going to do is actually we're going to get a widget grid box, and I'm going to call it health grid. All right. And for sprite, we're also going to give it health sprite. This way we know what we're talking about. Actually, we don't really need this. because we already have health image, we're just going to reference it straight from there. So health grid, let's create one, right? So we can create one. Let's see. I'll just create one right here, right? Grid for health. All right, so health grid equals to new. So we create a new health grid, right? Now inside this, we're going to have to get the numbers and everything. So for that, what we're going to do is actually we're going to go and get that health bar from the main character and initialize it. So we can do that all here. So we can do health bar main char health equals to get component health bar from main character, right? So that connects that. Then current health equals to main char health dot show health, even though I could have just said health, but anyways. So now current health is the same as the main health that we have. All right, so now that we have that connected, we can add that right here. So about that many health, and then what we're going to do is we're going to create that many images. So we're actually going to just copy and paste this. So we're going to do a widget sprite, and then I'm going to call it underscore image equals to new, right? And then from there, we're just going to do this whole thing. So we can just copy and paste this, put this here, and then over here, all right, over here, we're just going to call it underscore image 2, right? 2, and over here we had it take the image absolute path. We're just going to take the health images absolute path, right? So it takes both its absolute path, perfection. We copy this, change it here, and then we take this image and we change the sprite image. So now it's going to make us an image that's 50. We're going to make this to 24 or 20 even. Doesn't really matter. We can make it to 20. All right. Okay. So in our case, we also have to do something else. We can make it either new, or we could do a widget grid box dot grid box, and then we could do a new right here. And over here is where it's important because we actually have numbers. So this number is our columns, how many columns in the grid. I'm going to just choose 20 columns. And this is your X and Y padding, so how much space between them. I'm just going to choose 1, 1 for now, but that's very important once you understand it. So once we have this set up, what we can do now is actually we can go into health grid dot add child, right? And it's going to ask you what child you add. You just add the dot underscore image, and now your health grid has this image inside it. So once you did all this, so once it has this, now we can actually put the position. So health grid dot position, set position, and we're going to set it to a specific position. Now the position I'm going to set it to is going to be, I guess, the top left of where this is, which is 0, 0. Yeah, so 0, 0, right? So I'm just going to do the exact same thing. We're going to set it on to the top left of the image. Then the last thing we're going to do is actually we're going to add that child into our main widget. So we're going to do health grid and then GUI dot align. I'm just going to copy this and paste this. So now it adds it into our grid and we have our object. So we can press play and check it out. So as you can see, we have the object and we got the little square piece. Now we also have a problem where there's a little bit of spacing differences, but you can fix that right now. Actually, we can fix that right now. Okay, so now that we've fixed that, what we can do next is we can now go in our update here, and now we can check if our current health has been changed by the object's character's main health, right? So we can do something like a simple if statement, right? And we could say something like if current health is greater than main character health. So let's just go back up here. Main character health dot show health. So the reason why this is not doing it, let's just add this outside instead. Alright, so now it's gonna check that if the health changed. So like if we currently had 50 health and we are now at like 48, then we need to do a function. So we can just do a lose health, and then we could do a number inside here, which is going to be current health minus this, so it gives us the difference. And then we can set our current health to be the same thing over here. So we need a function which is going to be this function that takes the number of health that we lost and removes the hearts from our grid. So we can write that function right here. So it's going to be void lose health, right? And we could do an int amount, right? And then for this, what we're going to do is we can go into the for loop, and we could say the length is going to be the amount. So for how much we lost, we can go into our health bar grid, right? Dot remove child. I was going to ask you for which child. So with grid, what happens is it just automatically justifies. So if you remove like 5 children from in the middle, it's going to take all that space and push it back. So we can actually just take the first child and remove it, and everything else will push it back to the beginning. So we can do health grid get child number 0, and it will do the rest of it by itself. So now it will remove that child. If we lose 2 health, it would remove 2 front childs and then move everything else to the 0 position. Alright, now we can also do another function. We could just call it void gain health, right? And we could do the same thing, int amount, and that function could actually be the for loop that we have right here, right? So we can just copy this whole thing, paste it right here, and we could just summon this function, right? Gain health, and then inside here where we have this, we can change it to amount for how much amount we can do, and then we can over here we can just say current health, right? So with this all set up, let us check it out. Alright, so now that we have our health, let's pick it up. The dude's going into his positions. Alright, before it goes, let's just shoot him, if I can shoot. Alright, now he's aiming at me. He shoot me. I lost a bit of health, pushed me up in the air. Damn, that's a lot of weight because we have no weight on our body. So as you can see, he's shooting me. Now we can do some settings, and you can see my health slowly going down by 2, and he shot me. He's pretty good at this. Alright, now we can just keep shooting. Are we good at this? No, we're not, because we are horrible shooters. Alright, anyways, so you can see how the games, especially with the shooting being not correct, we're gonna have to fix that. But yes, so now you can see that 1, we lost our health, we lost our ammo, we have our health bar missing, and at the same time when we're shooting, we gotta fix the shot. I guess I gotta do some kind of debugging for that. But in the current moment, we also have another problem, which is now that I have 0 and 15, it's not loading, so I'm gonna have to fix that too. But in the current time, or right now, we are basically done with our GUI updates, and we are done with our character getting hurt. So since we got that down, next is just QOLs, quality of life stuff, where you fix the small details that makes the game fun and interesting. But we got the main object ready. Now for next episode, I have no idea. Probably make something about different behaviorisms or different enemies. We could make different enemies. I'll see what I can do. In the moment, let me just do some fixing, or maybe we could do refactoring. But anyways, we got most of the stuff done, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, goodbye.